Imagine this. You work just as hard as the person sitting next to you. Same job, same effort, but you're getting paid less. Why? Because you're a woman. Let that sink in. Frustrating, right? Well, that's the reality for many women, millions of women today. My name is Haley Flores, and I've researched the issue using credible sources such as the Bureau of Labor and Statistics on top of credible sources from the WCJC library, so I can give you the full picture. This matters to all of us because at some point we will all enter the workforce, or we already are a part of the workforce. And it doesn't just affect women solely, it can affect women in your life, such as your wife, your sister, your mom, your daughter, your nieces, your aunt. It could affect all women in your life, their lives and their future. Today, I want to explain why the gender pay gap is still a problem, what causes it, and what we can do to actually solve it. By the end, I hope you'll see why fair pay isn't just fair, it's necessary and a basic human right. So let's start by looking at the problem itself. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, women earn 84 cents for every dollar men earn. That's real money lost, real opportunities missed, and real stress on families. What's striking is that this is not a new problem. Newman in 2016 found that women living in areas with bigger local pay gaps are less likely to believe in the American dream. And Blau and Kahn in 1994 were already showing similar wage gaps decades ago. This tells us that this problem is systemic and persistent, and it's not going away on its own. I attached this chart to show you that the US labor market is clearly still a man's world. The blue meaning men, the pink being women, and this ranges from 1968 to 2015, which supports that this has been happening for decades, for a long, long time. And this is the average annual earnings between men and women, and there's a clear pattern here. Now that we looked at the problem, let's look at why it happens. So, there are a few main reasons. First being occupational segregation. Women are often in lower paying jobs, even though the jobs may be just as demanding as what a man does. Secondly, bias and discrimination still exist to this day, and this will make them overlook promotions and raises. Lastly, motherhood penalty, meaning career setbacks for mothers and lower pay after birthing children. This all adds to the gap entirely. So according to Skisovac, these factors combined over time create persistent gap we see today. Now let's talk about solutions. How do we close the gap? There is hope, so we can breathe. First, we need to enforce fair pay laws. Now, I'm going to be pulling from Al-Qadri and Tower in 2006. They found that even when laws exist, they aren't always enforced, and stronger enforcement reduces wage inequality. Pairing that with today's policies can help make real change. Secondly, we need pay transparency. When companies openly share salary information, unfair gaps become visible and they're easier to fix. And also, encouraging workplaces to review pay structures would help a lot. And speaking up and advocating for fair treatment of all women. So this is all pulled from Al-Qadri and Tower. And finally, we just need to empower women into leadership roles. And when women are in higher paying positions, the overall gap shrinks over time. Okay, these are my references, and I will complete my presentation by saying that by combining all of these, the enforcement, the transparency, the leadership opportunities, we can take meaningful steps towards closing the gap. The gender pay gap won't fix itself, it takes all of us. And I encourage you to support policies that enforce fair pay, advocate for transparency and in your workplace, and just push for women's advancement into leadership positions. This isn't just about fairness with women, it strengthens families, workplaces, and the economy, and equal pay starts with us, and together we can make it happen. Thank you.